Good morning. My name is Camille Tracy-Ann Column Dyer Roberts, aka Love. Some people find my posting on YouTube very helpful in terms of understanding the different diagram for brain activity as it relates to how Illuminati study them versus Czar studying them. For the front portion, this portion would be blue depending on when the child was immunized. The czars have a way of practicing immunization at an early age for children to make this front portion green. For some reason, they give their vaccine at a later date, let's say when the child is 5 years old or even into teenage years, so then it lights up green, and that's a bit more solid. Um, and tends to become warmer too. And then for the back region, the memory, their children are given immunization where it lights up blue. So you get the reverse now. Yeah, it will be the reverse. And but Illuminati now have a different way of practicing. When we immunize our children are given vaccine maybe at the age of 1 to 2 to get this front portion to focus, light up, and be color coded as blue because it promotes air exchange from the nasal passage and up. So that would be one reason. But at the back here, it would be green because when you get the immunization at a later date, maybe when they're 5 years old or even teenage years, it will be color coded green. So yes, each color is significant for different regions of the brain. And that's helpful to know because you'll know when people have been delving into some czars or paganistic practices, and you could separate them from those who are Illuminati bred, and they would be given different type of practices. So yes, czars and Illuminati are different, and we can tell the differences based on their brain activity. A lot of children are a part of social experiments to see if those differences will either enhance behavior or if it will retard behavior. Some children you see are born with different developmental disability. Yes, that could be a reason as well. But there is more to being a fully mature, able-bodied, intelligent person than just immunization, but immunization helps, adds to it as well. Some people are very particular about when their child is immunized as well and where. I guess that clears it up. And I'll just like to add, I've been reading the paper and noticed that there is some ongoing issue between Russia and Ukraine. Um, I guess being a part of the royal family, there's always an ongoing issue between surrogates and naturally conceived children feuding together. There's an ongoing feud all the time between surrogates and naturally conceived children because they think that we're born into privilege and they try to make an example of us because we're born into privilege and wealth. Um, so yes, there is a warlord actually observing things in Ukraine, and he will take his rightful seat in about 3 years. That person will be an ass kicker. Yeah, um, figuratively speaking. Um, there's a time and season for everything, and I see that what's happening in Ukraine shouldn't have been happening, and even in you was it not Saudi Arabia, but I think it was when they had the raid for the people with the immunizing, not even immunizing, but giving out chemicals against the oil. Um, Syrian, was it Syria? Yeah, Syria. Yeah, I have to keep up with that too. But Ukraine now is a different story. You won't get away with practices like that. Um, yeah, so I would be careful if I were Russian troops or army going on that type of turf. But yes, as I can predict the future, I would know. Um, the stands of Africa, Africa will be built up. They will be refined and educated and things in that nature. Yeah, because they'll finally realize the contribution Africa has had over the years in different countries. Because as you can remember, when they had Pearl Harbor, there were a lot of African troops there in Japan and fighting wars and also in Korea. So yes, we can't forget the contribution of some African descendants who have helped us have the freedom we all appreciate today. Signing off. And when will I take my step as Illuminati and assert myself in New York and Ethiopia? As soon as they pay me and as soon as I get my surrogate children that they're all trying to feud over as well.